Periscoping live from Wolfout Studios in sunny Madison, Wisconsin. It's Up Periscope with your host, Nate Chappell. Tonight's guest is father of the show, Terry Chappell, and a quick draw. But now, the man who believes a man is an island, especially when he's swimming, Nate Chappell. Yes, hello, moms and dads. Where my dad's at? Welcome to episode Indigo of Up Periscope, the only show on the internet that I'm hosting right now. We are, of course, broadcasting live from my iPhone on the Periscope application. Periscope, slipping into obscurity, one narrow cast at a time. That's their new, rather defeatist slogan. Periscope was in the news over the weekend. I don't know if you guys saw that. The Golf Masters over at the U.S. Open there said that they'd be monitoring social media and warned spectators that if they used Periscope at all, they would be kicked out. Or if they were black or women. I kid. They've really come a long way in the last few years, you know. Hell, these days, any rich people can play golf. Man, sorry about that. Oh, my mouth. So my dad actually used to play golf, and he was never rich. He was never rich, but his cost per shot was very low. He was very bad. He'd really get his money's worth. I mean, he'd get 2 days out of 9 holes. Right, Dad?
At least.
They're actually in the studio with me tonight, him and my mom. You'll see my dad a little later on the guest segment, and my mom's here too, but I don't think you're going to see her. But here's what she looks like. Not all the time, just anytime she has to watch me do anything. We call it the wrestling face because my brother and I wrestled in high school. My brother wrestled, I mostly just laid down. That mat was super comfy, you guys. But that's the face she'd make the whole time, or when I was in plays or whatever. But those took a little longer, so sustained face making. But that's the face, and I was thinking about it today, and I realized that she makes that face not because she's embarrassed of me, but because she's embarrassed for me. It's a very important distinction. Right, Ma? Maybe a little bit of both? But thank God I didn't inherit any of that tendency to worry. Whew, really dodged that bullet. No, really, I am quite a worrier, and when you know you're a worrier, your overarching worry becomes that you worry too much. And then you worry about that, so it just collapses in on itself like a dying star, so that you've got an inescapable black hole from which nothing, not even light, can escape. And as you pass the event horizon, you're stretched until you're shredded into ribbons, just in time to be crushed by the weight of all that worry. But hey, could be worse. I did inherit a few qualities from my dad, too. Well, my mom's really the creative one. My dad's sort of a natural writer, you know. He'd always be telling these stories and then evidently rewriting and editing them. And every time he told them. So I'm a video editor, so maybe that's where I got my editing skills. And he really likes to coin new phrases. That's kind of like a writer, like no such dice, happy as a flaming lark, which is probably not that happy. Get your eggs in a row, which is very forward thinking, good to be prepared. Whistling up a stump, the greatest thing on God's green bread. I could go on and on. So that's maybe where I got my writing skills. And also, my tendency towards injury. You know, I don't need WebMD, I've got Dad. You know, he's the guy I call when I need to answer the question, broken or sprained? And let's just say, if we need to get our hands on some crutches, I know a guy. That guy's my dad. My time's up, dads and dads. Later on, we'll be talking to a guy I've known for years, my pops. And after these distractions, quick draw. Stay.
Don't you forget. Happy first birthday, Cat Chat. We're very proud of the young man in your kind. Love, Wolfout.
People often ask me, "Hey Mike," they'll begin, "what do you use on your hair?" Do you know what I tell them when they ask me that?
Water. Just water.
That's how you say love. Oh, for now, is the only word I know, but it's so out. She's across the sea. Chances
I know, Verge.
at a Shanghai bar, just as miserable as if there's someone for everyone. Where's the one that was meant for? If most the world lives around the world, that's where that girl of mine must be. 'Cause she ain't around here. No, she ain't around here. Chances are she's in a Hong Kong or wishing I would just and it's a slow oh go to where I'd like to go. Oh, but with any luck, she'll be at the dock.
Hey, man in the mirror. What's shaking? Ooh, you're looking good. Well, it's Father's Day, and that always makes me think back to all the children I had and then ate. But I guess we all have our things, don't we? Things that we think about on different days. Wednesdays, I think of this show. Thursdays, I think of Friends, Cheers, Cosby Show. But most of all, when I think of days, I think of nights. Long, hot nights. But that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. What? Look, man in the mirror, just give it a rest, okay? Don't start with me. I'm starting with you. Yes, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Up Periscope. This is the guest segment. And tonight's guest is somebody I've known for a very long time. His name is, well, he's my dad, as you can probably tell, and his name is Dad. His real name is Terry Chappell, and I have him on for Father's Day, and so for Father's Day, I wanted to give him the opportunity to do what he loves to do the most, and that's tell stories. So there's a favorite story of mine that I haven't heard in a long time, and it's the Quentin story. That's the only way I can remember it, because I can never remember his last name. And I also remember the last line. That's how he usually referred to it, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Huh?
You use all the language?
I think so. Oh, we're on the internet, right? Okay, so without further ado, here's my dad and the Quentin story.
The Quentin story comes from a friend of mine when we were growing up. We didn't have a whole lot of money. The neighborhood was fairly poor. But Quentin had a wonderful way of being able to take things and make it happen. He'd find parts and pieces of bikes, put them together, and send himself down 4th Street Hill in Mineral Point, which was quite the hill. The only problem is he usually forgot to put brakes on the darn things when he put them all together. Then we had a go-kart that we had put together, and when he put a go-kart together, it was made of some very substantial material. And we ran it down that 4th Street Hill so many times that the wheels finally fell off of it. So, Quentin, being the industrious young man that he was, took a bunch of chain and the go-kart frame and hooked it up into a tree for like an interesting swing. And so we would get him in there, and it had a big old steering wheel, and it was this big old frame with no wheels. And we'd get it swinging and swinging, and he'd be heading way up here, and then we'd turn the wheel and we'd come crashing into the tree just for fun. Then we start swinging Quentin back up, and amazingly, all 4 chains let go at the same time. And Quentin went flying through the air, and believe it or not, he was trying to drive the thing as he went. Landed, bam. And his primary commentary when they hit was, "Jesus Christ, I think I broke my effing butt." How's that? Did I do good?
I think you definitely did. That was great. I will say, that cleaned up the language a little bit from my memory. But
Actually, I did.
yeah, no. I'll tell you guys when Dad leaves. I'll tell all you guys what it really was. Now, if you wouldn't mind telling one more story about that time that I was conceived.
Well, I'm not sure what to do with that.
Oh, that is too bad. As you know, that obnoxious alarm means the guest segment is over. I'm sorry we couldn't get to that.
Dodge that bullet.
Dodge that one, yeah. But instead, now we're moving on to the game segment. And for today's game segment, it actually requires that I tell a little bit of a story before we do anything.
He is my son.
It's true. You want proof? You want proof? Is that what you want? I don't know. So, this is a story also about my dad. We're not sure about how much of it is true, but it's a good story. So, my family, was I even born yet? This is pre-me.
I gotta hear this first before.
Family, I wasn't born? Okay, so I wasn't born yet, so why do I even care about this shit? I'm just kidding. So, I wasn't born yet, so they were going to try to get on Family Feud. My mom and her family, brothers and sisters, and something happened, and one of the guys couldn't show up. I think he got sick or something right now. Huh?
Yeah,
You got arrested.
I know that. I was trying to be cool. Very good, Bob. He wasn't well rested, so he was too tired to do it. So Dad had to sub in, and so they asked sample questions to try to get him, And the question was, name something a police officer would carry, and my dad said,
pencil.
yeah, pencil, which he's not heard the end of, obviously. But so I thought I'd give him the opportunity to redeem himself, since he was kind of, in a fugue state.
Well, keep in mind, gun had been taken already, and so had badge. I mean,
Okay, that's
give me that.
that's what I always assumed, but that doesn't usually make it into the story when her family tells it. So a bit of a fugue state he was in. So what we're going to do today is we're going to play Family Feud. So what Family Feud is going to be giving Dad a chance to redeem himself. Good answer, good answer, good answer. So what it's going to be, I'm just waiting for the stop sign. So what it's going to be is it's going to be like Fast Money. Do you remember Fast Money? It's the end thing where they go for all the money.
Fastly.
Fastly, yes. So they've got 15 seconds on the clock, and they have to answer these 5 questions and see how many they get right. But we're going to do a different version. We're going to do it the same way, 5 questions, and but he's just going for number 1 answers, because frankly, that's all I know. So he's going to go for the number 1 answers, and he's going to go for 3 for 5, 3 out of 5 to get his Father's Day present. That's what he's going to win. So, 3 out of 5, and I've got the audio of my favorite Family Feud host, Ray Combs, God rest his soul, asking the questions. And so bear in mind, Dad, that these are from 1989.
Okay.
So remember what things were like back then. Neon, big hair, Ray Combs.
Leather bandanas.
Name 'em, Mac.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Let's try this again. Okay, ready? Okay, now we gotta wait for this again. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So you get what we're doing? So this is gonna be kind of rapid fire, one after the other here.
And I'm very seldom rapid.
He's not very rapid. Oh, we're listening to this whole song again? Hey, live TV, right, guys? Okay. So here comes the question.
Name a magazine that many men get subscriptions to as gifts.
A magazine that many men get subscriptions to as gifts in 1989.
Playboy.
A specific food and a submarine sandwich.
A specific food in a submarine sandwich.
Baloney.
A slang word for money.
Slang word for money.
Green.
One word that means clever.
Smart.
Something you tie into a bow.
Something you tie into a bow.
Ribbon.
All right. Now, let's see how I did. Yeah, how I did this. So for the first one, So for the first question was, anybody remember?
Subscription.
Subscription. You said Playboy. Unfortunately, the number one answer was Sports Illustrated.
Oh yeah.
The next one was sandwich meat. It's on a submarine sandwich. You said bologna. Meats was the number one answer. Lunch meat was the number one answer. Oh yeah, you got it. For sure.
All right.
So we got one so far.
One of two.
The third one was, anybody remember? Dad?
I have no idea.
Okay, the third one was, a slang word for money. And you said green. Unfortunately, it was dough.
Oh, sure.
And then, surely should have written these down or something. Dad, can you remember what the next ones were? Cash. Ribbon was the last one, that was right. Oh, another word for clever?
Smart.
You got 3 out of 5, Dad.
Oh, get my present!
Yes. You'll get it later. All right, I'm really proud of you, Dad. But that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank my guest, Terry Chappell, or Dad as I call him, Terry Western for the big idea, Terry Garr for everything you do, my crew of 2, Viv and Ghost Johnny, he's not dead, just gone, Tyler and Finbot, thanks for the tunage, and special thanks to a couple of ladies sheep I know, just for being used. Follow me at WolfoutTV, and check out the other shows on WolfoutTV, your home for all the shows I make. Help me spread the words, will you? SOS, share our show. And as always, be excellent to each other. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. All right, we're coming back next week. Johnny will be back. It'll be the whole crew. And it's going to be episode Juniper? Episode Juniper, guys. Hugs and kisses. No swear words. I think I broke the goddamn asshole.